Crafty friends, I'm obsessed with this paper. It's called the Season of Green and Gold Specialty Designer Series paper. We're going to use this paper, some different colors of cardstock, and the Christmas label stamp set to continue on our journey of making holiday cards this season. So this right here, the tutorial we're doing, and I'm just going to go ahead and make the cards from scratch because I don't have any more Mossy Meadow. Anyway, the cards we're making are part of the Card on Blue Card Club. It's a series I have, and these are the November 2024 cards. So what I'm doing is I'm using my Simply Scored, and I'm just scoring at the 4 1/4 mark because this paper is, I'm just going to do one in each way. So I'm going to do that one, Old Olive, and I'm going to make some horizontal and some vertical. And I just want to kind of see, you know, a couple of little different designs. So Garden Green is a coordinating color. Old Olive, I can't remember if it's a coordinating color, but it's close enough. And I just want to see how these are going to come out when I change them up a bit. So the thing I love about this stamp set is not just the stamp set with all the versatile sentiments, but these dies are amazing. We're not going to die cut them because they're already die cut for you. We're just going to go ahead and make cards. And then I have other fun things to show you. So this one, this is my extra. It's my bonus card. So I'm not going to confuse you with the measurements of this card. My bonus card. I'm actually doing, we'll do a garden green card like this. All right. So we have it. Now we have other cards that I made already. So we're on our third card for the series. And I'll show you those. And to make those cards, we used what's called the, what did we call that one? The Take a Bow. Take a Bow Designer Series paper. Anyway, I'm on late tonight, so hope I got some perky people on who are either late night crafters. Whoops, there goes my card. Fell on the ground. Let me grab that. Who are either late night crafters or who are maybe on the West Coast where it's not so late. So this card here is 11 inches wide, as you can see, right, by 4 1/4. And it's scored at 5 1/2. Now, as you can see, I made 2 with 1 piece of cardstock. So one 8 1/2 by 11 piece of cardstock creates 2 card bases. I have my nieces and nephews visiting me, which has been a really fun time. And my niece has been helping me with the next month's Card on Blue Card Club. She actually helped me design the cards, which I'll show you all 4 cards. She made some of her own cards while I was doing it. She made some other crafts, and she helped start making kits. She started making kits for you guys for the Spring Brothers Scan and Cut Retreat. Yes, the Spring 2025 retreat. So she's going way far ahead because I was making the card club kits, and she actually helped with those too. So we're like really getting far ahead. This week is a catch-up week. But they're already in bed, or she really did want to do YouTube. She was like, can I do YouTube, Aunt Kimmy? I'm Aunt Kimmy. And I was like, we'll try. We're going to try to do it tomorrow. It's just that we were sitting there. Okay, I'm taking this piece of seasoned green and gold. We were sitting there because my husband's like, I'm coming back with pizza. And of course, I don't know, hours later, they came back with pizza. 4 by 5 1/4. So I didn't want to start a YouTube because I thought they were on the way back. But on the way back means like we haven't even ordered it yet and we're sitting here waiting for it. That's what that meant. I was like, when are you ever going to get here? This one is going to be, let's see if this is going to be 2 inches. Don't worry, I'll write all this down for you. I'm just getting all the pieces I need. You're going to need a piece of gold. And we'll make the gold 2 inches. Let's see. Or no, not 2. 1 1/2. All right. C'est la vie. We got everything we need. I'll change it up afterwards. Let me just get this part done, and then I'll change it up. So what I do is I'm just going to take, this is our little piece of polka dotted paper. And it's, I say polka dotted. It's the other side of the season of green and gold. And so that's 3/4 inch. And I'm just going to center that little piece like so. And then this is going to go on here like so. So it's a super easy card. Anyway, next month's card on blue is simply said. So we're not doing any holiday cards next month because we're back to doing sort of year-round cards. That's what we're doing. And I'm looking for the black scissors. Everything was here. See if I can find anything. Not quite sure how I lost my scissors. But I'm going to try to find them rather than... I don't like to use the trimmer for when I'm trying to edge up the cards. Here we go. This job is better for a pair of scissors. It just gives me more... It's just more exact for me than using... when I make my middle layers. Of course, it would help if I had my glasses on. Anyway, she also, my niece and my nephew, they worked on the Frog and Friends kit. It's a really fun kit that, like, you can, like, play. It has, like, a toy inside. It's a Stampin' Up! Kit for kids. So if you guys haven't seen that yet, I'll try to show you on YouTube. And if they don't get to do YouTube with me, I still want to show you their projects. They really did an awesome job. All right, piece of garden green, piece of cardstock. Easy peasy, and we're going to put that on there. And then I'll write the measurements before I do my variation, and we'll do something with the cherry cobbler ink, and we'll do something with the cherry cobbler and pearl embellishments. So, before and after, this is what we're making. Open up your cherry cobbler. Why? Because it's coordinating color. Okay, I'm going to use my silicone mat, which I just washed. I was so covered in ink today. I'm just kind of like, see how these are still wet? They haven't dried, so I'm just going to dry it off on my shirt. So what we need is the Christmas labels. After all that, I hope that didn't get lost somewhere. I had it at the intro of the video. I haven't gone anywhere. Here it is. It was under my trimmer. So we need to get out the one called Celebrate the Holidays in All the Ways. You're going to get to see how Merry Christmas will fit right on this as well. I've done cards with both versions. So, I want you to see that as well. So, celebrate the holidays in all of the ways. We're just going to mount it, right? Flat side up, tap, tap, tap. And get out a sticky note. And just test it. Okay, pretty good. Just test that you have a good, solid image before you put it on your die. Now the die does need to line up a certain way. Hopefully. Oh, it didn't line up quite. So I might have to die cut some more of these if this one doesn't work. All right, we're going to try it. Okay, this one I'm going to make sure it stays down and doesn't move. I just taped it to the mat so it doesn't move. It could have been that it didn't move before, but it could have been me. So that little trick is just to tape it down, but of course you don't want that to stay there too long. Okay. Oh yes, that one came out nice. So, but you want to get that tape off right away because otherwise it could rip your die. So I'm just going to pull that off. I should have probably used like my sticky note tape, not like regular adhesive that doesn't come off easy. But if you get it off quick, it does come off easy. And you're like, don't you need to adhere it? Yes, but I'm going to use dimensionals to adhere it. I don't want this stuff on there. All right, but at least holding it in place did make it stamp better. All right. So we're putting this over here. And we're going to get out the dimensionals. And I'm going to lay it kind of over the top a little bit. See how, just kind of watch that one go like this. So you can still see the pretty part in the middle. And then, of course, it needs bling. So we're going to get out our bling, which is the cherry cobbler and pearl adhesive backed pearls. Cherry cobbler and pearl adhesive backed berries, I mean. And we're going to throw a few little berries on there. And then you can see how this card took us like 10 minutes and super easy. And I just wanted to make that one first before we vary it. Let's see. Cherry, cherry, and we'll put a little red one. A cherry cobbler one. And that's all there is to it. It's a simple card. So we'll go ahead and write the measurements. And I want to know, do you guys like Mossy Meadow or Garden Green better? All things being equal. You could say A or B, this or that, Mossy Meadow or Garden Green. This was just really out of necessity, guys. I didn't have any more Mossy Meadow, so I did it in Garden Green. But, you know, do you like this one or that one? All right, so measurements while you're doing that. While you're voting. Oh my goodness. What happened to my writing? Penmanship. Oops. I don't even know what year it is. This is, here. We're going to start this again. November 2024. Card on blue. So when I give you the measurements, I'm going to say Mossy Meadow because that's what we're supposed to be using, right? That's the one my original was. And that's what I put in your kit. So you're going to use Mossy Meadow. And it's going to be 11 inches times 4 1/4 inches. And you're going to score it at 5.5. Okay. And then you fold your card and you, so this is this, like so. Okay. So now you have your card. Let me move this up a little. I'll let you take a picture in a moment. All right. Then we have, let me put my little glass mat studio up here as well. Because, you know, I forgot to tell you all the things. It's Black Friday time. I know you guys are in your shopping mood, trying to get yourself stuff for Christmas and others too. We have lots of kits and lots of crafts. And you can shop at my Stampin' Up store. There's the link. I do have an ordering special right now. It's in my offerings. And when you spend $150, you get a free retired bundle. Only until Black Friday. That only goes on a few more days. And the rest of the bundles that you see there are going to end up in either mystery boxes or bingo prizes or something. A lot of them are new. So they're pretty cool bundles. All right. Anyway, back to this. So we have these layers, right? And this is the first layer. It's going to be 5 1/4 times 4 inches. And this is the season of green and gold. This is such awesome paper. Specialty Designer Series paper. It's an online exclusive. It's still available. Get it while you can. All right, so the next layer is going to be like this, 1.5 times 4 inches, and that's just gold foil. And then this other little piece is going to be just a little tiny piece, 3/4 inch times 4 inches, and it is the same. It's DSP again. These two are both DSP. Same DSP. So this is layer 1, layer 2, whoops, layer 3. All right, let's see if we can fit this all in here. You can take your picture like so and like so. Let me put this to the left a little bit. To the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Okay, here we go. And I'm going to write down the ink color, INK. I'm telling you, this little thing gets on my nerves, this little light that shines up here and puts a glare on my mat. There we go. The ink is called, I'm just squeezing it in there. I'm squeezing in the ink. It is called Cherry Cobbler. It is also the name of those little pearls that we put on there. So that is your card. Simple card. We try to keep our card on blue. Card Club cards pretty simple each month. I save the shaker cards and things like this. When I do shaker card tutorials, these are usually part of my workshop series, which is something I'm also doing this month with a different bundle. Okay, so the bundle I'm using this month, this was last month's Greetings of the Season bundle, but this month we're doing Snowy Wonder, so we'll make a shaker card with featuring this guy. All right. All right, screenshot is done. Now, let's vary this up, shall we? Let's go look at the DSP. See how we could do something with the old olive. I already have some card bases here. Let me just see what we have in here. I'm obsessed with this paper, so I have so much of it. Here's a piece already cut, so we could try. Okay, let's see. That might be really cool as a bottom layer. And if we're going to use that as a bottom layer, I would have to use something different as the next layer. That's definitely going to match the old olive really well. But I would need something then in between, before that as well. I'm just seeing what I got. Okay, I have another one of these die cut shapes. I might just do something like really small with this and then do something else around it, because I'm thinking I like this as a little background, as contrast. So I'm gonna go for 3. And I'm just making a little outline for this that's kind of a little, with a little border. Let's try 2 1/8 and see if that works. Okay, so when you want to check if something has like an even borders, you kind of put it in the corner and say, I probably could get a little smidgen off. So like maybe 2 1/8, or just 2. 3 by 2, okay? 3 by 2, or 3 by, or let's see, 2 by, yeah. It's almost like 2 7/16 by 2. But just, you could just say 3 by 2. Basically, I'm just making a little something to put behind this sentiment because I think it needs it. And then I could do a better border around that because I just didn't want to just put this on there. So I was like, you know? So we'll go with that first. First thing is first. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the measurements. You're done with this. Now, at this point, I'm just experimenting and making a card in another format. And I like to experiment, and I like to do it live sometimes. Just fun for me, and it just kind of gives you an idea of like the thought process that goes into designing cards. So that might need to be, oh, wait, there's something still sticky on there, so we're good. We can put that on there. I'm going to turn it around like that. Okay, celebrate the holidays in all the ways. That came out nice. All right, now back to this. So that's going to be on there. And now I need something behind it. Ooh, that might work. We'll see. I mean, this has like too much going on it, and it's not going with the vanilla, so. I'm just looking at what else I have here. I have a little piece of Mossy Meadow. That might work too. Let's see if that'll work. Maybe I can emboss the Mossy Meadow. Ooh, now we're talking. I'm kind of liking that format. All right, so I'm going to see if... if this is in proportion, because this is just a little piece that came out of my bag. So is it in proportion, meaning proportion to the background? So we could say, okay, it's 4.5. So it should be by 3 1/4. So it's in proportion. That means it's the same proportion. And when I say proportion, I mean the same proportion as 5 1/4 by 4. And you can also test that by looking at it, by putting it in the corner and making sure your margin is the same. All right, now that we know that, let's put this, I'm putting that one down there to be washed. I think I'm going to emboss this guy. And now it's just a matter of what to emboss it with. So we'll just see what's here. We could use the plaid. That would be nice. We'll go ahead and use the plaid. So the plaid is called Forever. This is a really giant embossing folder. Forever Plaid 3D embossing folder. And it seems to be working really well for my projects lately. Small enough patterns. I'll go ahead and try to put it on a line so it's straight. And to emboss this embossing folder, it's very easy to use. All you're going to do is use your bottom base plate, number 1. You're going to stick the 3D embossing folder onto the base plate with the paper inside. And you're going to put a plate number 4 on top. That is your die cutting sandwich. None of the cutting plates are needed when you're using a 3D embossing folder. So Forever Plaid should be on your wish list. And you know, hey, sometimes things are out of stock and come back in stock and then retire soon after. I'm not sure if this one's going to retire, but it's definitely one that you want on your wish list because it's really fun to emboss with. Oh, I like how you can see like the stars around the background still. All right, now the only thing that bothers me is this is not contrasting enough with that. So I still might go ahead and use just a tiny little border of this. Or else I could make this a little smaller. So I think what I'm going to do, I told you it was like 3 by 2. So I think I'm just going to go 3 by 2 on this one. And I'm going to put that, yeah. I'm just going to go with it, that one. Instead of, I'm just kind of ditching this one. And I'm going to use this one instead, just for contrast on there. All right? Because this one was good when I didn't have the other one. But now that I have the other one, I'm going for the gingham. Going for the gingham. And I'm going to put this all on an old olive card base. So the old olive ties in. It ties in with this, and then we'll put some little berries on it. So she likes the combination. I really love this, sometimes just using cardstock between, you know, the layers. But especially when you need a contrasting layer. And sometimes the DSP won't do it. But I just happened, remember, I didn't have any mossy meadow, which is weird. But it just, somehow this little piece of it fell out of the bag. It's like, I didn't have any, but there you are. Okay, the Forever Plaid 3D embossing folder doesn't really have quite straight lines on it. I'm always trying to line things up with it. It's like sometimes the lines are at an angle. So who knows if that's even lined up. Right? It's just it's like meant to be at an angle. Some of them. It's like a silly print, I call it. All right. This is such pretty vanilla paper. This DSP has both vanilla and very white. I mean, very vanilla and basic white as the coordinating colors. So it's good because it's really versatile paper. Okay, we're going to pop that up with dimensionals. I'll go ahead and use 3 on here for good measure. I had to give up my trash can today. I have 2 of these little mini trash cans, and my niece was like, "I really like that." And now she has a craft room of her own, so I was like, "Okay, you can have one of mine." I got it from the Dollar Tree. I just haven't seen them in ages. They're super cute. All right, let's go like that. And the only thing it needs is that little pop of red or some sprigs. You know, sometimes you can die cut out Like there's these dies that go here. Let me just show you because it's really cool to see this. So there's these dies. There's a lot of them, and they're part of the. Well, it's part of like this mega suite online. It's not part of this bundle, but it's part of the bundle that was a mega suite that goes along with this suite. And so like there's these vellum pieces, and you can die cut out these little sprigs out of the vellum, which will really look nice on there. And then you can also die cut out right from the paper. So you could see like this would be something we could add right to it. So I'm thinking we should do that. You know, I just think it just could add a little something to our design. In which case, so to die cut, we're just going to go, here's the base plate. Then you use a plate number 2. And then you use one plate number 3. And then you pretty much just use your dies on there with some tape. And then you put a little lid on it and run it through. Where did this little string come from? Okay, so that's that. I'm going to run this through. Whoops. It's moving around. We're going to get it. Okay, good. So anyway, it's called Graceful Greenery Vellum. And I'm sure one of my peeps on here will say what the dies are. Oh, that's so nice. I just love the way that really just adds something to this card. And I mean, it's not we're not doing it like, this one's an extra card. We're not doing it as part of the card club. We're just doing an extra card. I love it. We'll still add some red. Okay. Some little cherry cobbler pearls. Shove that under there. I have other sprigs in my little bucket of crafty goodness and little bells and things. Let's see. I have a bell. I have a couple sprigs I punched out. See if I can throw something else on there without. Yeah, I could put a bell on there, or I think I'll just put another sprig on there. One of these sprigs. Just to have a third little sprig. I don't know where this little string keeps coming from, but shove that up under there. I'm just trying to hide the adhesive. I like it. And now we're going to add some cherry cobblers. Cherry cobbler gems again. So let's put one up there in the corner. One right there. See, it just adds. You need red. There's so much green on this paper. You need some red. All right, so believe it or not, that's like almost the same card. I mean, I did a new design, but it's like almost the same card. We have the same sentiment, the same designer series paper, the same embellishments, the same ink, the same Christmas labels. We just, you know, the measurements are different, a little bit different, but you can just jazz it up. This is Old Olive. That's Mossy Meadow, and then I did one in Garden Green. So let me show you the other cards. I'm pulling these plates away for a second. The cutting plates, just to make a little room here. All right, so that was the one that we made together. And that was, we'll start here. This is the one, that was my example card. This is the one we made together with the Garden Green, same card. And then that's the extra variation of that card. All right, so I have other things to show you with Christmas labels. I'm just trying to make room. Because we have what's called a craft-a-lanche every time things just start sliding all over. All right, so you can see that this stamp set has like this one here that says celebrate the holidays in all the ways. And it has like a Merry Christmas to you. So I want to show you something about that. The same stamp, let me pull that out. Before I show you the other ones from the card, That's not it. Merry Christmas to you. Thought I had it. I don't know what, I thought I did one with the Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you. All right, I don't see it, but you can put that sentiment right on there. And then these are ones that we've made in Card Club this month so far. So this one, if you missed the Take a Bow Designer Series paper, you guys voted that you liked the middle one better. That's the one we made yesterday, I think. No, we made the Peace on Earth yesterday. Okay, so that was the Be Merry card. And then we made the Peace on Earth card with the Take a Bow Designer Series paper, the gold foil, and you can see the garden green ribbon. And this one is the real red cardstock. This one is the Granny Apple Green cardstock. So there's lots of green this month. Usually we do blue cards, but you did get one blue card with your ephemera pack this month. So completely different variation of that card. And then here's one. So these are all similar, right? I just made another one later with like a different ribbon. I used the opposite ribbons just to show you like that's a variation of the Peace on Earth card. Okay, and then what we have coming up is this is the last one. And you can see that it's the same embossing folder we just used. So this is what's coming up. We're going to use this gingham piece, some ribbon, this background. We're going to sand this down with a little piece of sandpaper. And we're going to do a Love and Joy card. And I also used the Christmas labels for my bingo event I had. And that's where these cards came from. And we're using some ephemera. And it's called a little bit festive ephemera pack. I can't get enough of this ephemera pack. It's just super fun. We made tags with it. We made cards with it. Here it is. That's the card. It fell on the floor, guys. I was like, I'm not going crazy. I just saw it a minute ago. It fell on the floor. So Merry Christmas to you. You can make with the same. This is what I'm saying. This is my favorite die of all the dies in here. The dies that come with that bundle. This die is just so nice because it fits. Celebrate the holidays in all the ways. It fits Merry Christmas to you. It looks like you did all this work. Well, you did work. You just stamped 1, 2. You just stamped it. You didn't have, not even 1, 2. Just one stamp. I put a little glitter on this one. Okay, so that's what you can do with ephemera. Just adding to your cards. All right, so next month, you have voted on, this is for the December Card on Blue Card Club. We're still going to be voting on the January one and the February one soon. But you voted on this one for December. Excuse me. It's called Simply Said. So my niece today, she was crafting with me. And look what she made. She made this thanks for her mom. To Mom from Heidi. Thank you for being the best mom ever. She also has a card in it. Love you. So she made a card inside here. But she's already sealed it, so I can't open that for you. But I was teaching her that I was using ephemera. And I was showing her as I was designing. And the whole time I kept asking her, which color should I use? Which background? Which sentiment? And she kept giving me feedback, so she helped me design all these cards. So these two are what we're making with Simply Said. So you're like, that doesn't even look like this, right? This doesn't, you can't even believe that such simple stamps can be made into such elaborate cards. These were super, super simple to make. And you're all going to get a package of, wait for it, you're getting Frames and Flowers Specialty Designer Series paper. So everybody in my card club is getting a pack of this, a giant pack. And I had to get, which was a fiasco, some mailers that would hold these. But I did it. I had to go back to Staples, but we got it. I'm mailing those to you. Anyway, this is the Soft Sea Foam, and this is the Lost Lagoon. And those are two Simply Said cards, and she really liked learning how to ink. My niece really liked learning how to ink these. So maybe I'll get her to show you, that if she does come on my YouTube. And completely contrasting this, like completely on the other side of this, like something totally different, is we're making these cards as well. And these cards, again, my niece picked this background paper, and she picked like different elements. I wasn't sure which dies I was going to use. These cards are using this paper called Full of Life, which I'm completely obsessed with. It's in the annual catalog. Absolutely love this Full of Life paper. Now, because the Full of Life paper, and because this paper has like one of each embellishment, and it has, one sheet of paper, you're going to be able to make these cards similar, but you're not exact, because all the embellishments on these sheets are different. So you might get like one wreath that looks a certain way. So you're going to make 2 cards that are similar to this. They're both going to have Lost Lagoon background. I hope that makes sense. And this paper only has, you're going to get 12 sheets and they're all different of your paper, right? No 2 sheets are alike. You're getting some specialty paper as well. So your cards are going to look similar. Maybe one will have this background instead of that background, but very similar design. See this full of life paper. Every sheet is different, is what I'm trying to say. So hope you like that. Now I'm going to try to attempt to say hi to you guys without knowing where my glasses are. So hopefully I can still read it. I'm gonna say I could still read it. We're gonna have faith. So hello, Lynn, Kelly, Christina, Deborah from New South Wales, Karen. All right, Deborah, Joyce from South Carolina, T Barnes from Texas. Thank you guys for liking the video as you see it and you're putting the thumbs up. Okay, Tia also can't get enough of the green and gold DSP. Debbie Salinas, thank you. You and Christina for being my channel supporters. Channel members, I should say. YouTube channel members. All right, we have PMDB from Idaho. Can't see your name. You know, I think YouTube will let you rename yourself so you can like sit under your profile. Because I'm like Paper Chef, but you could like rename yourself, you know, if you want people to know who you are. Yo, the Frog Kit. Yes, Frog and Friends, Karen. I don't have that in here, but you're going to totally love Frog and Friends. I think that's the video we're going to be making with my niece and nephews. I mean, they loved it. They did it themselves, too. I didn't try to help them. I let them do it themselves, completely do it themselves. Hello, Janet and Amy. Do you think these labels will go on sale? I don't think these are going to go on sale. You know, they gave us a sneak peek yesterday in the leaders group, and they were like showing us some things that are going to be on last chance list. And I saw a couple of papers that were on sale, like in that little sneak peek. But I honestly it didn't look like, usually these things, they just run out when we run out. Like we're a very popular company and like, it just kind of like, a lot of this kind of stuff doesn't go on sale. Maybe it's already 10% though when you save 10% when you get the bundle in this. I'm not even sure this is going to be on last chance sale because I don't remember seeing the stamp set itself. I thought I saw the dies, but you know, I don't know. I don't know because I wasn't really watching. I was watching for the sale price. I wasn't watching for what's going on last chance, but they did give us like a sneak peek of how it's going to work. And it's going to work kind of like the clearance works now. There's going to be a last chance sale. And it's going to be in December. I'll let my group know about it. So Karen, thank you for being a channel member. Okay, so Mossy Meadow, you guys seem to like the Mossy Meadow from all your votes better than the Garden Green. I mean, I do too with that kind of paper, but I also like how the Garden Green went with the other paper. All right. I see lots of other stuff, and I hope you guys answered each other's questions. All right, thanks. I'm glad you like the combos. Hello, Robbie. All right, last thing I have to show you will be, I mean, just what we're up to this month. It's just real quick. So this month we are up to, you know, the Snowy Wonder bundle. It's actually this month and all next month. Probably more heavily in next month. But we are making this card, not with the same exact color combinations because of what went in your kit, but we're going to make this sort of, I don't know what we're going to call that card, what kind of card it is. We've already made these cards, these Happy New Year cards. That's why it's just a really good, Snowy Wonder's a really good bundle to get because of that. And I've already showed you how to make these double fold treat pouches. Okay. And I'm probably going to show a couple more 3D items. These also hold, you know, the little tags I was making. These also hold a tag. So you, instead of putting the sentiment on the outside, you can just put like a tag inside as well. And you can make these double fold treat pouches can be your gift holder. Like, not your gift holder, your gift tag, but they can have candy in them as well. So I showed how to make these on my channel with the little snowman, and we colored them with some glitter. My goal is to really get this table, you know, all cleaned up. And so I can like kind of finish like one project. I was telling my niece, I was like, let's try to finish one project before we start another one. And next thing you know, we have 10 projects going on at the table at the same time. All right, so in summary, this is next month. Card on Blue, Card Club. We always make such fun things. Every single design is unique because I design for the club each month. Every Card Club has a uniquely curated kit with Stampin' Up supplies, mostly current and everything. So you get a lot of cool stuff in your kits. I'm showing you how this, today we made this card, but I'm showing you also just other ways to use the Christmas labels bundle with different kinds of ephemera. We will be having a last chance sale. A lot of what I'm showing you is either online exclusive, so get it while supplies last, or it will be retiring, so get it on the last chance sale. Or it might not be, I don't know. I think Take a Bow probably won't. I mean, I'm guessing it, but I really don't know, because like I said, I wasn't really looking when they gave me a sneak peek, because, I mean, I pretty much was just looking only at prices of things. Hey, is anything discounted? I really wasn't looking at what anything was, because I buy anything at a discount, honestly. Our stuff flies off the shelf. So these are all the cards that we've made this month. You can just kind of take the same card supplies I gave you, because you get enough supplies, not just to make the cards I shared with you, but loads of extra. All right, that's all for now. This is the Papered Chef. Have a great evening. I appreciate your coming and sharing this late night crafting session with me. Have a very happy Thanksgiving. If I don't see you or hear from you sooner, we will be on this weekend, and stay tuned for my newsletter for coupons for my Brother Scan and Cut course, because you will learn how to make lots of boxes and things in the holiday projects course and more. So be sure to stay tuned for coupons, Black Friday coupons for my holiday projects course. Thank you. Bye-bye.